All right, Detroit Lions players, couple players in the secondary. That's with Aubrey Pleasant, uh, coaches defending Aubrey Pleasant, chewing out Jeff Okudah. Obviously, it's now starting to make the rounds around the media, and also a lot of Lions fans showing where he basically embraced Okudah after cussing him out. And like I said before, you got guys like Steve Smith, former player Glover Quinn, kind of saying, "I didn't like, man, shit. This generation of my generation that's raising kids now, we suck." Because my coach used to cuss me out, smack us on the head. My mama never intervened. That's part of the masculine process of being a masculine man. That's just what it is. Okay? That's it. That's just how we are men. So I don't really understand, Ruben, how you got a problem with that. As long as he don't put his hands on Jeff Okudah, I don't really care. But let's talk about it. Hit that thumbs up button, share the video, subscribe to the channel. But like I said before, this generation that we in, man, that I grew up in, man, we changed everything. Our generation grew up on South Park. We grew up on, what else we grew up on? The Boondocks, Black Jesus, man, The Simpsons. Man, honestly, I just don't understand the outrage. A lot of when he was demonstrative the most, he was just saying doing your job. Steve Smith said on NFL Network that it shows that ain't nothing changed Detroit. We doing blah, blah. Like I said, for one clip, and that's that. If anything, they proved that Dan Campbell was old school. He was like, "Why you eating warm cookie?" And not enough time. So got issue with it. I ain't mad at you. Always trying to condense my time. Right? Eating talk. Gonna be the last time. Most of us in high school was eating, but Aubrey said, "I'm going to make it real clear. Everyone has a particular relationship with Coach Pleasant." Aubrey said, "Quote: He's come here and he really changed everyone because he sees the potential in everyone. He really just wants to light the fire under every single guy, and he has a different relationship, different ways of going about that with everyone. But at the end of the day, it's two guys wanting to be great. You know what I mean? We have the great relationship with Coach Pleasant." Elefantu, rookie, said, 4th round pick rookie. "Yeah, Coach Pleasant's a really good coach, probably one of the best coaches ever I had." Elefantu said, quote, "It's tough love sometimes, but it's coming from a good place. It's not ego or anything. He just wants us to be great." All right. The incident was big enough for Pleasant to address the team after it, but Elefante said he wanted to keep that conversation in the house. Head coach Dan Campbell also commented on 97 ticket. We already talked about that. So at the end of the day, that's just what it is, man. Some emotions high, adrenaline high, testosterone high. That's what men do. I done sat there, man. We done argued over LeBron, basketball. Man, back when I was in my 20s, man, we argued about all that shit, get mad, and at the end of the day, it's all love. It's all love. They just trying to destroy masculinity. That's what y'all don't see. What Warren G say? You don't see what I see. Every day being warm. You don't see that, man. Most people don't see it. That's part of being a masculine. That's part of just being a man. We don't hold on. We ain't not supposed to hold on to stuff like women. Not. If an natural detrimental in my life, I'm not holding on to no bad relationship. If I mess with you, I mess with you. If I don't, I don't. That's just life. That's just life, man. These people make shit too personal. People making stuff just too personal, bro. But that's what men do. I mean, it's been plenty of times we argue with passion and, been on the court or been on the field or shit, been playing 2K with passion. Passionate about what we did, what we talking about, our argument, our telling point. And if he had slapped that nigga, man, okay, all right, man. Had he slapped the nigga, choked him like Latrell Sprewell did, what's my man's name? Man, I can't stand him. They let him back in the, PJ Carlissimo. They let him back in the league. He sucked as a coach. Had he choked him, I'm like, all right, please, man. Everything all in. Had he put his hand and smacked him or tossed him and bam, smacked him and open hand mushed him, all right then, man. Nah, man. Then we got a problem. Then, you know, all bets are off. You know, all bets are off. But all bets are off. You put your hands on me, but us arguing and passionate, and then and things ain't changed in Detroit. I mean, we gonna be, you know, until we start winning. You know, that's just what it is, man. You know, that's what people gotta understand. That's just what it is. You know, but man, making a big deal out of nothing, man. They making a big deal out of nothing. You know, but that's life. You know, that's the media. That's what social media do. You know, it's the downfall of social media, man. You tripping the mall. You look up on Friday, nigga. You know, you look up and you on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, you was a celebrity. You like, damn. You can't even trip or something. You know, back in the day, you would trip and be like, nigga tripped, you know. Laugh it off, and then y'all talk about it years later. But now, you on Candy Camera. Everything is being recorded. And, you know, more negative things that come than positive things that have been recorded. It seems like it might be 50-50, you know. Talking about somebody getting caught on there for carrying the gun, and you doing all this, so you get caught. You know, I ain't never seen so many gangsters snitch on themselves in my life. Never. Niggas be in there, man. But that's a whole different conversation. But at the same time, it is what it is, man. And it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, they're gonna blow anything out of proportion, especially when they ain't got stuff to talk about every time. Especially when it's time to punt on the Detroit Lions. That's what's gonna happen. We used to it. We used to it. That's just what come with the territory. You know, that's just what come with the territory, bro. That's just what come with the territory. But, you know, they made a big deal out of nothing, man. Had we won, this wouldn't even be a talking point. Had they completed the comeback, we'd be drinking Budweisers or drinking Modelo's or whatever we drink. That's just would have been the conversation, man. And I understand. I come from that type of era, man, where wasn't no fucking water breaks. We was like the last era. Wasn't no water breaks. Wasn't none of this, that, the third, man. That was just tough love, man. That was just tough love. That's what it was. It was tough love, man. And, you know, like I said before, Steve Smith kind of part of my generation, too. You know, they part of that generation. You know, I don't understand when we went soft at, bro. Somebody as tough as Steve Smith has said some of the things he said in the past, they just pouring on Detroit. That's all it is. But like I said before, this generation of mine, man, from 30 on up, 28, 27 on up, man, I'm ashamed to even say we part of the same generation. But then again, I don't have no kids. But then again, I be telling my girlfriend, let my stepdaughter like spread her wings, and you know, you gotta learn to be independent. You don't learn being independent by watching it on TV. You learn by being independent by being independent, if that make any type of sense. You learn by catching the bus. Catching the bus is how I learned how to get around Detroit. That's how I learned the side streets. You know, that's how I learned to get east to west. You know, that's how you learn street knowledge. It's just being in the streets. You don't have to be selling dope. But you know what somebody packing. You know what somebody hold. You know what somebody just doing the essential shit in the street. That's what you should know. Everybody should have street knowledge. You know, not, you know, the neighborhoods and stuff of that nature. You know. But you cuddling your kids and keep them in the house, that's not going to make them no man. That's just going to make them scary. That's just going to make them scary and fetal. You know, that's all it's going to be, man. But like I said before, man, you know, they making a big deal out of nothing. Man, that was daily routine. I done seen coaches blow people's shit in. It wasn't even like, I'm going to go tell my mama, my daddy. You tell your mama, your daddy, blow your stuff back in. You feel me? That's the generation that we came in. We came from. Miss Silly, pow! You doing something bad. Your mama, oh, thank you, Miss Silly, pow! Right back. You know, that's just the generation we came from, man. But things change, people evolve. You know, we should evolve as people, but it's got to be on the side of not building dependent adults or young teenagers that turn into adults. So that's my whole thing. We got to find that line where we gotta find that line and where you know, that fine line. But it's a lot of crazy people going out here, a lot of people coming up missing, you know. So yeah, I don't want your kids carrying pepper spray at school and all that stuff. Understandably so, but we gotta protect our kids somehow. But we also gotta find that line where we give them the tools to be independent adults. But like I said before, they blowing this whole thing out of proportion, man. This was my whole point. This was something we dealt with on a daily basis, and our parents allowed our coaches, and they were our mentors, whether female or male. They were a big part of us growing up being great adults and abiding citizens and productive citizens. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it was. And a lot of people, you know, that grew up where I come from. I mean, even people that grew up in the suburbs, they had the same type of mentors and figures, man, and they can do things that wasn't gonna cross the line. At one point, the nuns was unleashing butt whoopings. You know, the nuns was unleashing butt whoopings. People remember that? People remember that, man, when the nuns was unleashing butt whoopings? When the nuns was laying the smack of down, man, I just missed that. That's just at the point where we was once at, man, but we evolved. And Aubrey Pleasure, man, he has a relationship being black with his opponent. I mean, even if it was a white on white, they have a relationship of understanding the background and culture. That, you know, that's just how we grew up in the neighborhood. We went to play PAL or Pop Warner or whatever league we was in. You know, it wasn't detrimental where your lip bleeding. It was just like pop. I remember this dude I played with. His name was Javon. We had a game at Crockett. I don't even know if Crockett's still around. We had a game at Crockett. It was in school. It was in school before. I think they moved to something else. Apple helped them, but we was at Crockett, and he had we was getting ready, and he was playing around. He was pow. I'm like, damn. But you know what, man? It was just tough love. You know. Damn. But it is what it is, man. And let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, Cash App. I'm in PayPal, link in the description, links in the description. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You got business question, inquiry, response, video request. But all I'm saying is being blown out of proportion. Peace.